everyone, and welcome back to the Davis Manor. I'm Brittany, and today I've been waiting to film this because, as you saw in my community tab, we had a loss in the family, and then earlier in October I had a shoulder injury. One thing after the next. It has not been my month, but things I feel like are slowing down. I've got the fire right here, so you might see some smoke blowing around, but I wanted to do this video outside because it is October. It's my favorite time of year. I love being outside. It's a little warmer today than what it has been. Right now it's 71 degrees and sunny. There's a slight breeze though. It feels really good out here. So my thought was I would come out here, do a little video. It's gonna be a little chatty, so grab your spooky beverage because we're gonna go over all things fall and Halloween, spooky season, autumn, all this stuff. So, but again, I wanted to say thank you to all of you that have reached out to me since seeing my community tab post with the passing of my father-in-law. Drew and I really appreciate all of your guys' support and love that you've given us the last few days, so we really truly appreciate that. But so this video, I wanted to go over a few things, and the thing is, I had been waiting. I wanted to do this earlier in the month, but I was waiting for the temperature to start dropping. So the temperature was starting to drop. I had my shoulder injury and I was like, okay, so then I'll do it after. Then the temperature warmed up. Then the temperature dropped again and my father-in-law passed away. So here we are. Okay, we're here. I'm gonna film this video. I hope the smoke isn't bothering the visualization here. I know I'm kind of like under a tree, so like the sun is in a really weird spot. So I'm hoping you can see me okay. I just wanted it to be a fun outside video. I've warmed up my apple cider. It's so good. So anyway, what is going to happen in this video? We're gonna chit chat. Okay, you guys know I love to talk, and this is gonna be all fall, all Halloween, all October vibes. There's gonna be a few sections here. The first one I want to go over is the fall and Halloween Q&A that I had posted about on here and on Instagram. I had a few questions, a lot of repeat questions, so that portion won't take too long. Then we're gonna go over my fall favorites, my fall bucket list, and then I'm gonna do an October watch list. So what I like to watch in October. Let's go ahead and get into it. I know this was a super long intro, but I had a lot to say. I haven't posted a video for you guys in a few weeks, so wanted to fill you in. So anyway, let's hop into the fall Q&A. So like I said, I had a couple repeats. A lot of you asked the same question, and I'll get to that here in a second. Pumpkin's trying to drink my apple cider. The first question that was submitted to me was, what is your favorite part of October? And I kind of struggled coming up with an answer for this one because I love everything about October, but I think one thing about October that really hits home for me is the closeness of everyone, the community, the family, your friends. It's almost like a holiday season, but without like all the fancy smancy stuff that you'd see in the holiday season. You don't have to go out and buy gifts. You don't have to go create elaborate dinners. You're literally just hanging out with your friends and family. You're even engaging with strangers and neighbors that you don't see or talk to very often. Plus the costumes. I love seeing people's costumes, their creativity. I feel like this time of year lets a lot of people thrive with their artistic abilities and like creativity and imagination and all this stuff. So I just really love all of the community type bonding this time of year. For some reason, I just love that. Also the weather. I love October weather, just being outside when it's chilly. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And the food, like the food for October, soups, chilies, hot apple cider, like everything about October is so good. And it's so hard to pick a favorite, but yeah, we're gonna have to go with that. I could go on and on about what's my favorite of October, literally everything. Okay, so the next question was the one I got asked the most. What is your favorite animatronic? And I kind of bunched a couple here together. Favorite animatronic or decor. So, which I thought was a very, very tough choice. And I've been thinking about how I'm going to answer this ever since the question was submitted. And I think my favorite, I've got my notes here so I don't mess up. I think my favorite animatronic is Emmeline from Spirit Halloween. And if I think about it, I'll post a picture of it right here. And so what's so cool about this animatronic is that it's It's a very large animatronic, and it does like a motion that you don't really see in a lot of animatronics that you can find at like Spirit Halloween. I've seen some others that do stuff similar from like more, I don't know, like not like the mainstream, like Spirit Halloween, Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff like that. Like you can get some of these from Poison Props, I think, and then some other, maybe Distortions Unlimited sells these as well, but it's a lunging forward animatronic. So it starts like back here and it lunges forward at you. I really like that. And you know me, I love a good jump scare in an animatronic, and that one gets everyone every time because it looks like it's coming right for you. Okay, so like it's really, really cool. I have it set up in my haunted house right now, and I will do a walkthrough video of that and show you how she looks in there. But one other thing about Emmeline that I feel like is really, really cool is that, so the only downside to Emmeline, actually, let me get to this. The only downside to Emmeline is once she jumps forward, it takes quite a bit of time for her to retract. Like she doesn't jump back. She retracts very slowly, but in that retraction motion, she makes a very eerie, spooky, like ghostly sound, and it is so creepy. I love it. So even if you walk by her and she already did the lunge forward motion, she has such an eerie vibe as she's retracting back. Just the sounds, oh, it's so creepy. It just takes me to a haunted house is what it feels like. You're just in a haunted house. Emmeline is my favorite animatronic and my favorite decor. So I didn't know how to answer that one either. I wasn't sure if it was like, are they asking, is it your favorite one item of decor? Is it your favorite style or type of decor? I feel like the lighting is getting a little bad now that the sun is moving. And just a little closer, maybe. I don't know. So my favorite decor, I think, I don't know if this counts as decor, but we're gonna count it, is my quilt that my mama made me when I was 10. And you might have seen that in one of my Decorate With Me videos. It sits in the living room pretty much all year round, aside from like Christmas time. I don't keep Halloween out for Christmas, but other than that, year round, Halloween, it's the cutest quilt. I'll try and find a picture and show you here. I love it so much. And when I was younger, I think my mama made it for me when I was probably like 10. She also made me matching curtains. So in my bedroom, I had that quilt and the curtains, and then it was just, I had a bunch of stuff in my bedroom growing up, but like I tried to keep it a little bit spooky at all times. I had like an animatronic mummy in there when I was older, like 16 or 17. Yeah, so I just thought that was really cool, and I still have it. It's still in great condition. If it starts like tearing and stuff, I'm gonna retire it. But for now, it's still holding strong, and it's so cute and so comfy, and I just love it so much. Other than the quilt though, my favorite decor is, I love anything vintage or like the typical Halloween colors, orange and black. I love jack-o'-lanterns. I love the old looking witches, ghosts, skeletons, all the stuff that just looks like 90s Halloween. That will always be my favorite. And lastly, someone asked, would you ever host a huge maze? Absolutely, I would. If I had a maze to host, yeah, I would. And that actually gave me an idea for next year's Halloween party. So we always do a haunted house in our basement, like a little walkthrough. And I thought it would be kind of cool to do a maze next year, or at least maybe not like a maze where you're going to go in and actually like get lost, but maybe we could do something like choose A or B. You know, if you choose, like you could put like a barrier here and you're going to go left if your favorite candy bar is a Twix, and or like if you have like, what I'm trying to say is, let's say you're walking into the haunted house and there's a bowl of candy right here, and they either have Butterfinger or Twix. If you would choose Butterfinger, you're going to the left. If you would choose Twix, you're going to the right. And then they rendezvous. Something just hit me in the head. Then they rendezvous at the end, or like at the end of that little section, and then they choose another candy bar. Would you rather have Snickers or Reese's? And then if you want Snickers, you go left, and if you want Reese's, you go right. No. So I thought that would be kind of cool to make it a little bit interactive next year. And also we have thought about doing a haunted like walkthrough from our woods. Like, we haven't done it yet, but one day I want to start a trail that goes all the way down in our backwoods, and then it comes back up over here. But I need some sort of equipment to make that happen, and I don't. So if you are well versed in how to create a path through the woods and what equipment I'm gonna need or how I can attain that, please let me know, because I don't know how else I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I don't have like the machinery to do that. But one day I might get around to doing it. But I keep saying, oh, maybe next year, but I haven't done it yet. And it's been like 2 or 3 years of me saying that. So someone needs to get my butt in gear and figure it out. That was all that I received from the Q&A. So next, let's hop into my fall favorites. But first, let me get a better angle. For one, I'm really close to this fire. Sun is in the worst spot right now. So I do apologize about this shadow situation. I thought being outside would be a good idea. You know what? Let me just, hold on. Is this any better? No, not really. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, so I wanted to go over some fall favorites. My favorite fall treat, I chose pumpkin bread or baked goods. Anything pumpkin is my favorite. And caramel apples. Those are my 2 favorite fall treats. Pumpkin anything or a good old-fashioned caramel apple. Perfect fall supper. I'm gonna say a bowl of chili, or to be honest, any beefy soup. It doesn't have to be chili, it could be any beefy soup is gonna be my favorite. Or meatloaf. I guess beef, any like hearty beef meal is my fall favorite dish. And then favorite fall drink or coffee order. I'm gonna go pumpkin spice latte, basic as it gets. That's all I want. I did have the pumpkin and apple chai for the first time this year, and that was really, really good. Nothing's gonna beat a pumpkin spice latte for me. Favorite fall alcoholic beverage. Okay, so I was leaning on 2 of them here. I don't drink a whole lot. During the fall though, I love a good fall beer, Oktoberfest or like pumpkin beer. But let me tell you, it's not in this right now. This is just plain apple cider, but apple cider with caramel vodka. Oh my God, it's so good, especially if it's warmed up. Favorite fall outside treat. It's so stinking good. Favorite activity. My favorite, so I went back and forth. There's a million things that I love to do in the fall, but my favorite is probably hosting my Halloween party. Every year we try to make it better and better than the year before. We get it catered, we give out prizes, and we just have a good old time. Everybody comes dressed up, and we do a costume contest, we do a drawing, like a raffle, and we watch scary movies, we have a bonfire, and it's just my favorite thing. I love seeing everybody, and it's just a good time. I just don't know what else to say about that. I love hosting the Halloween party. I love seeing everyone. It goes back to my favorite sort of thing is like community and like, you know, being together, and that just falls right in line with the Halloween party. Gets everyone together, we all have a good time. Perfect fall morning. Okay, let's picture it. It's fall, it's misty outside, it's gloomy. I wake up, I get a cup of coffee, I go outside and look at the leaves. The leaves are falling all around, the wind is blowing. This fire is just getting closer and closer to me somehow. That's the perfect fall morning, if you ask me. Perfect fall evening. Okay, so we're back in the gloomy day, okay? It's gloomy, it's not misting at this point. It's dark, it's a little windy, not too bad. But we're having a projector movie outside. There's chili in the crock pot. We're all drinking hot apple cider, spiked or not. We're having a bonfire. After the movie's done, we all tell scary stories. Again, we're all just enjoying each other's company, a good community environment. The kids are having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. That's the perfect fall evening. We got on fuzzy socks. We got on a cozy blanket. I'm wearing a flannel. And we're all just chit-chatting, having a good time, relaxing outside by the fire with a projector or scary stories. Okay, maybe s'mores. I'm not the biggest fan of s'mores, but I'm not knocking it. Anybody, we can have s'mores around the fire. I'll be sipping my hot apple cider. Just a grand old time. Favorite fall or Halloween memory? So for fall, my favorite is always going up to the mountains. So I was born and raised in East Tennessee, and my grandparents would always take us up to the mountains to look at the leaves. And then whenever me and my friends were old enough to drive, we would take our car up the mountains and look at the leaves ourselves. But I always loved doing that during the fall season. It just brings back so many memories of growing up with my grandparents, my parents, and stuff like that. Okay, so for Halloween, my favorite memory, I have 2 of them that I want to say. The first one, since my birthday is on Halloween, we always had like my friends over to go trick-or-treating, and we always had like a little party and stuff. We would always sit outside and do a bonfire, and my dad or one of my cousins that lived really close, like I don't know whose idea it was, but they were always, it was either my dad or my cousin, always hiding down in the woods. Like, let's just say like the woods are a little bit further away here than what they were whenever we were growing up, like in our little home area, but they would always go hide in the woods, and they would be hiding down in the woods, and then as soon as the story started getting scary, they would come running through the woods, and you can like hear them rustling through the leaves and like through the branches, and just it scared the crap out of us every time. One thing about how my dad and my cousin would be hiding in the woods is that we would be telling the ghost stories, and we would say stuff like, oh my gosh, did you hear that down in the woods? Like, I see eyes down there, there's eyes. And my dad was saying one time, he's passed away now, but I remember him saying one time, like, y'all used to make me think something was down there with me with all the stuff you were saying. Like, I see eyes in the woods, I see something down there. It was so funny. Like, he was down there probably like scared to death. And then the other Halloween memory that I have is we went trick-or-treating in this nice neighborhood, because I grew up in the middle of nowhere. We couldn't go trick-or-treating in my neighborhood. Nobody was out there. So we drove to a nice neighborhood, and there's this one house at the very end of the subdivision on top of this hill. We went there, and we go up to the door, you know, ring the doorbell. Someone opens the door. They're wearing like this giant mask. Like, I mean, it's huge. It's not just like their face. It's like 2 feet long or something, and they're just like standing there holding their bowl of candy. We grab our candy, and like, you know, we're kind of like backing away slowly, like, okay, this is weird. Then he like chases us down through his yard, like full sprint. We're screaming, we're running, and it was just so funny. And then I think we went there years past after that, and they weren't handing out candy, so I don't know what happened, but I don't know if that was just a crazy old person that was doing that or what. I don't know, but it was so much fun. It was so scary, and I will remember this forever. Such a fun memory. Favorite Halloween phrase. Okay, so I had to throw this in there. I love the phrase, "It was a graveyard smash." I don't know why, but I have a koozie I think I got for my birthday maybe 3 years ago from, it was either my mom, my sister, or my best friend. It was like a big bundle basket for my birthday. One of them gave me a koozie that said it was a graveyard smash, and I have been stuck on this phrase since, and I just don't know. I just love that phrase. I think it's so funny. It's so cute. I love that part of the song and the Monster Mash. I don't know why. I just love it. It's my favorite fall phrase, and it will always be my favorite fall phrase. Favorite Halloween costume I've done. So there's a couple that come to mind. I really love the scarecrow that I've done. The makeup is just really fun. And then I also did the evil witch from Snow White a couple years ago for my work party, and I think it turned out perfect. I've done a lot of really fun costumes, and I'm really getting a little bit more confident with my makeup that I've done. I'm not a professional with makeup at all. I don't even pretend to be. But it is fun to kind of play with it and work with it a little bit. But anyway, then favorite Halloween candy. I think it's hands down the Reese's Pumpkin or the red Tootsie Pop. Those two. So the Reese's Pumpkin is my favorite, like, newer candy. I don't remember having pumpkins as a kid. I don't know if that's a newer thing or if we just never got them or what. But those are like newer within the last like 10 years maybe that I've tried or that I've had. But my favorite as a kid, I always loved Tootsie Pop, the red one especially. I do like the blue one too, or the brown. I like them all really, but the red one's my favorite. And then of course candy corn. I'm definitely pro candy corn. Let me know in the comments, do you like candy corn? Because I sure do. I can't have a whole lot of it, but I do love it, like little handfuls here and there. I can't eat more than that in a day, but because it is very, very sweet. It's almost too sweet, but I do like it. And people always say, like, I don't like candy corn because I don't like eating crayons. Well, I'm a former Marine, and if you know, you know. They always say Marines like crayons, so it fits. So anyway, fall bucket list. I know we're already halfway through October, but again, I had a really rough start to October, so I'm still going to talk about my bucket list. Host a Halloween party. We're doing that next weekend. Bonfire and scary stories. I usually do that on Halloween night. We'll usually sit around the fire, me and my husband and my mom, 'cause she's usually in town. She's actually been in town for the last like 5 years for my birthday, so that's really nice. We usually do that on my birthday night. We hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, and we do that at my brother-in-law's house, because we don't get any trick-or-treaters at our house. Why does my nose look so red? We don't get any trick-or-treaters here, so we go to my brother-in-law's house and we hand out candy there. It's so fun. I love handing out candy. I just wish that we got trick-or-treaters here, because we do decorate and stuff and we go all out in the spirit of Halloween. But I want to attend a fall festival or pumpkin patch and corn maze. So I did go to a pumpkin patch and corn maze earlier in the month, or actually might have been September when we went, but either way, we've been this season. I have not been to a fall festival yet. I don't even know if there is one that I can go to now. I think all the ones that were actual fall festivals, I think they're already over with. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I haven't been to one, and I don't know if I'm going to get to one this month because of the circumstances of everything that's going on. But haunted houses with family and friends. So I did go to one haunted house earlier. I think it might have been the end of September as well. Either way, I did get to go to one. We do have one other scheduled to go to next week. So I'm gonna at least go to 2 of them this season. Take a leaf peeping walk. So my backyard is primarily a wooded area, but we don't have a whole lot of like nice fall foliage back here. It's a lot of like evergreen type trees, and then a lot of the other trees back here I feel like don't really like peak at like a rich fall color. There's a lot of yellows back here, which is fine, but you don't really see like that bright red or bright orange back here. And I guess because it's been so dry, the leaves like aren't as vibrant as they have been in previous years. Because I know last year we had this problem too, but the year before the leaves were so pretty by this time. So pretty, and they're not right now. So that's a bummer. This next bucket list item, I said, take it slow, walk around the backyard and enjoy the peace. And I wrote this list before all this happened this month. So before my shoulder injury, or no, I think I wrote it during my shoulder injury, but it was before the passing of my father-in-law. And I couldn't agree more with that statement right now. And I just know that's what my heart needs, is to take it slow. Here's Pumpkin running down here. I need to take it slow. I need to just relax, take a deep breath, enjoy this time of year, whether I'm doing anything at all. Just breathe in the cold, fresh air, look at the leaves, just be present. Embrace spooky season, reset my mind, and refocus goals. Okay, another instance where I must have been speaking to myself and like, hey Britt, you're gonna need this soon, because all of that is still so true. This time of year I feel like is more of like an awakening than it is like on New Year's. Like a lot of people feel New Year's is like a new beginning. I feel like a new beginning begins in fall, and it's just, I feel the most energy this time of year. I can really focus on my goals and really focus on ways to improve who I am as a person and my lifestyle, and just in general be a better person. I don't know. I feel like fall is that time for me. New Year's Day, maybe someone else's time, but it's not for me. New Year's Day is cold. Way too cold. Fall is perfect. I feel myself this time of year. I feel like I can feel just rejuvenated. I can focus and refocus my energy to what I want to better myself with. So that's what I'm trying to get at with that one. I want to share this special season with you all here. And it may be difficult because to fully embrace the season, I can't be recording at all times, and I need to find a happy medium. Again, it's like, who told me that I needed to hear this 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later after writing this, you know? Like, yeah, girl, you're right. And given the circumstances of the loss in our family, yeah, I need to be more present in my life, and I do love recording and filming spooky content for you guys. I think it is very safe to say that like I do need a break. Obviously I'm human, and that I like putting the camera down every now and again to really embrace the season is really who I am. Creating videos on YouTube for you guys is so much fun, and it's really just a hobby of mine. So I can't put this number one at all times, although I would love to. I can't do that. Being able to share this time of year with you guys, as well as improve mental health, improve myself as a person, I need to find a happy medium, and that's all that I'm saying with that. But again, there will be more videos obviously coming. I just had a little hiccup with life this month. It hasn't been the best for me, let's be real. Next on my bucket list is I want to spread Halloween joy whenever and however I can. Compliment neighbors on their decor or their costumes. Encourage others to decorate and share love for this season. Compliment strangers on their efforts and outfits and costumes, etc. And I think that's a pretty big important aspect of Halloween for me, is just being able to spread the joy, spread the love for this season and for your friends, family, neighbors, strangers, acquaintances, coworkers, fill in the blank, any and all of the above. I just think bringing that togetherness is all a part of Halloween, which is kind of funny though, right? Because like Halloween is supposed to be like scary and mysterious, but like really to me it's like a bonding thing. You always see, like, if you're at the grocery store and there's like the cashiers wearing like spider or ghost earrings, and you're just like, oh, I love your earrings, and they're like, oh, thank you so much. Like, it's just, I don't know, I mean, you can compliment anybody's earrings over any type of earring, any type of day, but I just feel like if they're putting that effort in to be a little bit more festive, I'm gonna compliment that, and I just hope that it makes their day a little bit brighter, that someone noticed, you know. They're probably trying to enjoy the season as well, and I'm going to share that, hey, I appreciate that you went through the effort putting in these spider earrings. I love them. Just the little things, you know. I've realized with the passing of my father-in-law, and like I feel like I've always kind of felt this because I lost my dad back in 2010, but I just feel like I always want to make the world a little bit brighter, even if it's like at like a dark, spooky time, you know. Like I'm a people pleaser, and I feel like this is the perfect time of year to do that type of stuff, you know what I mean? And last for my bucket list is I want to make trick-or-treating special and memorable for all of those that stop by. So I think this year I'm going to make a sign. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet, 'cause I don't want it to be like too corny or whatever, but like I want to put a sign on a trick-or-treat table like all ages welcome, yes, even you, mom and dad. So even like mom and dad, while they're out and about, they can stop by and get some candy, or we'll have hot chocolate or whatever. I want everyone to have a good Halloween. I don't want this to be a chore, you know, taking your kids out for trick-or-treating or whatever. Like I want, not that I'm saying it is a chore, but I'm sure there's some parents out there that are like, no, I've had a rough day, just want to relax, but the kids gotta go trick-or-treating. I want to make their day a little bit brighter too, because I know parenting is hard. I mean, I don't know firsthand, I'm not a parent, but I can assume parenting is hard. So I want to just make everybody feel happy for Halloween. If it's the one time a year that I can make everyone have a good day, it's gonna be Halloween. Okay, so last on my list, I have an October watch list, and I'm gonna go through these kind of quick. And these are not in any particular order, but let me know in the comments if you've seen these before or if any of these are on your watch list as well. Number one, the Halloween tree. And yes, this might be number one for me, actually. It was my favorite as a kid, and I found it again in my adulthood, and I just love it as much as I did as a kid. It's kind of cute though, because like it kind of goes into like the history of Halloween and all this stuff. It's, if you haven't seen it, I bought it on Amazon a couple years ago, but it used to be free on Tubi, and I think you can actually watch all of it for free on YouTube maybe. So look for the Halloween tree. It is so perfect for this time of year, and it's a cartoon, so it's kid friendly. It's, I mean, I would recommend showing that to children of all ages. It's such a good one. Next, obviously Hocus Pocus, probably my all-time favorite movie ever. Halloween Town, the Halloween franchise, so not just like original Halloweens. I like watching the Rob Zombie one, Halloween Kills, like I love all of them, okay? And this is the perfect time of year because I, for some reason, just the sound, like the Halloween theme song, music, whatever, man, that hypes me up. Just, I love it. Sometimes I listen to it in the car. I'm just like, man, this is hyping me up. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't get it. Trick or Treat, which I saw for the first time, I think it was like maybe five or 6 years ago, maybe. And I really loved it. It's just got the cute, special Halloween vibes. It's not a cute movie at all. It's adult. It's like a scary movie, so be sure to look at the age or the restrictions on that. American Horror Story, specifically seasons 1 and 3, are my favorite to rewatch. I I love them so much. Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers. Probably my favorite Scooby-Doo cartoon movie, and as well as Scooby-Doo Goes to Ghoul School, or whatever it's called, and the Ghoul School. Those are like my two favorite that I remember watching as a kid, and I bought them both again on Amazon, so I rewatched them multiple times, especially this time of year. So a new one that, oh, there's a little ground squirrel. Hope Pumpkin doesn't see it. So a new one within the last couple years, Hubie Halloween. Have you guys seen that? It is so cute and funny, and it's one of our favorites that we watch. We watch it pretty much year round, but like this time of year, it's such a good one. Okay, these last two, very nostalgic, okay? Number one, Ernest Scared Stupid. I know it is so corny, and if you didn't watch it as a kid, we tried rewatching it on the projector. I think it was last year, year before, with some friends that had never seen it, and they were like, what is this? This is so dumb. Like, it kind of is. Like, if you rewatch it as an adult, it's really kind of silly, but at the same time, I love it. It's so nostalgic, and we love watching it this time of year. It's just so silly. All of those Ernest movies from back in the day, they crack me up. Last but not least, The Worst Witch from 1986. It's got Tim Curry in it. I just love that movie so much. Again, it's kind of corny. It's very old, grainy. I think you can watch it on YouTube. Just type in The Worst Witch, like 1986, and just bear with it. Okay, bear with me on this. You just have to get through it. It's such a classic. It's got, oh, what's her name? What's the girl's name? Fairuza Balk in it as a child. I hope I said her name right. It's so good. You guys just have to give it a try. All right, you guys, that is my all fall, all Halloween, all October video for you. Holding off on creating this video because life keeps happening to me, but we are about halfway through October, and I'm hoping I'll be able to enjoy the rest of the month. I will be creating a couple more videos this month, hopefully, as long as things go as planned. So just stay tuned for that. Let me know what you thought about this video down in the comments. I know it was chatty, I know it was long. I hope you had your beverage, and I hope that you just sat back and enjoyed talking to me or talking with me about all things fall, Halloween, spooky, October, etc. That's going to be it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.